A stacked day of CS culminates in this particular matchup. NRG versus Spacestation. Sounds very one-sided on paper, but we have to remember we cast a lot of Spacestation last season. They surprised a lot of teams. Now this one, not as strong potentially this lineup, and I don't expect similar results against NRG, but hopefully something's there.
Yeah, it is about hope with this team, because since we last had them in the league, it's basically been a revolving door of people going in, people going out. So I have no idea what to expect. No idea. Any
clues, Dan? You following the Space Station journey?
I have not been following their journey, I must say.
The voyage, perhaps?
Yeah, I was pretty much involved with the major and everything else like that. I haven't been looking at that level of Counter-Strike, so it's be curious to see what they can bring to the table here. I mean, previously, you know, we didn't expect last time when we first saw them to see players like Infinite and so on, just like, you know, these talents who looked very, very impressive. So hopefully they can do the same thing.
From what I've heard, they've lost the main key players of that particular squad and they don't have those anymore. But hopefully we do see them step up and they're going to be an unknown quantity going into server now. There's Dan putting himself on the screen.
We need to put him in just a bubble.
You all want to talk. You're usually the guy that does that. So
no, I'm not.
Yeah,
guys,
you definitely are.
Guys, we focus on the game. Is that okay? NRG,
I'm making a danger zone drone.
We're going to look at the veto. You could talk about that. Bring the veto up and let's talk about the drone. Go on.
We can talk about the veto. Although it doesn't really mean anything as far as Spacestation is concerned because we don't know what to expect
exactly.
from them.
So
hence revolving door. So I soldered a capacitor on this morning and might have some more soldering to do. Now I need to start getting to work on the flight controller. Maybe we'll fly. I'm not going to fly this in the office because I will seriously injure somebody with these.
I appreciate
so
that.
We'll stick to this one where it'll just be a super minor injury, if any
3 minutes of hell.
So what about this? How long does this one last?
We're going to bring predictions up over here as well. So Mirage does to overpass Mirage first, then we'll look at predictions. I'm going NRG. James Bardolph.
NRG.
Daniel Kapadia.
NRG.
Connor Sluggy Blomfield. NRG. Okay, we've got 4 out of 4 for NRG. We were wrong about Team Liquid, so maybe we'll be wrong here, remember? We all got it wrong in the previous matchups.
Well, NRG had a disappointing major run.
A terrible major
There was not much running to be had, really. It kind of just stumbled. And
well, the thing is, in the new Challenger stage, they went 3-0. They stunned everyone. It looked like they were going to run away and get top 8, no problem. They then went forward to go 0-3, losing to Complexity in the next stage. It didn't even make the round of 8. So they went out pretty unconvincingly. So there it is. It's going to be NRG starting on the T side, our final game of the day. Lots of Counter-Strike. We'll try and steer the ship in the right direction as we hold on for dear life.
Yeah, we didn't really even get to talk about Tarek being added to the team. I think that he is, you know, coming in from MIBR. I think that if he adds some of the playmaking potential, I think he can. And we'll go into the rest later. I think it could be a very good fit. Now, we'll see Snakes going down. No more Snakes on the B-bomb side of Mirage, and that's not a fun side if you're a CT. The bomb site of B on Mirage is gone. Cirque is just ruining faces, and now it's just GMD and Grim who remain. I mean, Grim showed us some great pistol work back in previous iterations of this lineup, but there's not too much to do here.
You are right. We should have mentioned Tarek joining the team. We had a lot of things going on, drones and stuff to talk about, so yes, Tarek has joined the roster. It was, I guess, an expected move, all things considered. Like, it was seemed like the only logical team he could join post-major.
Yes, yeah.
But it makes a lot of sense. I do agree.
They need someone who can be aggressive. They need someone who... They have a team of quiet people. Yes. They need someone that can bring some energy and be a bit more on the sort of louder side.
He replaced Fugly, so... pretty similar roles, both riflers. Yes, Tarek's certainly more aggressive than him. Fugly was actually a pretty decent player, and he comes from the same school of CLG as well, so quite a good fit. Knows how these guys play, and we'll see Snakes holding on for the 5-7. Great stuff, and remember, you never rush B, boys. How many times do I have to tell everyone? You don't rush B against the eco rounds. You just don't do it. This is why.
Ooh, straight in the dome from Odorous. That leaves Daps and Cirque as the last 2 players. Another headshot, and now Daps is in a 1 versus 3 with an AK-47. He can do this. They don't exactly know where he is, it doesn't seem. And there's still 2 players rotating into the site somehow. So Daps waiting for the smoke to go, but it's his buying time for the 2 players by the window position. If he moves forward, he could be seen from the window. He's showing to it now, but nobody's there just yet. Somebody coming through the door. You can spray through that a little bit, but it won't work out for them. And that is a disaster for NRG, it must be said. Disaster.
Well, play with fire, you will get burnt, as they will be taken down. Snakes gets the first kill, and all hell breaks loose We'll see the scout connects, and it goes 1-1. Great shot from Grim. He was, okay, that's one of the players that rings a bell from last season. Grim.
It's Grim and Infinite.
Infinite, those are the two. It was a bit Grim when we got that crazy pistol ace we were going mad about for about 3 days.
And then Infinite did it. It did a crazy pistol ace in the following half.
That's right. That was an overpass. So it's all coming back to me now.
There you go. That broken minds
sometimes being pieced together.
The puzzle pieces slowly clinking together.
Yeah.
To form a picture that somewhat resembles something.
Moving on, we'll see round number 3 coming, of course. I probably should put my glasses back on so I can actually read what's happening here. There we go. And we'll see Deagle's armor, flashbangs, smokes, and Cirque has got one of the scariest Deagles in the region. We'll see whether he can open things up for NRG here. Slowly does it. You can see Space Station really on their feet with 5 rifles now as they will wait patiently for the next move from NRG.
Snakes and smokes. Oh. Let's have some more, shall we?
Let's.
It's just so satisfying. It's just so satisfying. You live for the 1-deeks, Henry. It can sustain you.
Just Ethan officially renamed to Ethan, not Nate. So we might want to get that changed.
Oh, really? Finally.
Apart from that, I'm happy with the current setup.
All right, well, he's a man now. Running out of bullets, Davey, but still doing a fantastic job. Cirque has 21 seconds to die. He will do so. The Sharks with the lasers on their heads have come, and he has met his demise. $2,000 average for NRG. Pistols didn't quite work out for them as much as they may have liked. And now it is time for the eco.
If this is somehow a Space Station victory, everything we know about CS can be thrown away.
After what we just saw. Leave.
I'll unplug.
Yeah, just
trash
the
studio first.
We're not. Yeah, make sure that no broadcast can ever happen again, and we'll call it a day. Well, here we go. 3-1 looking incredibly likely. First kill for Snakes, as he'll fall back safely. Daps with the Glock does manage to stay alive now.
It reminds me the time when we casted them before. We had like some the suite above us. Well, it was getting like this floor was getting like resurfaced
they were
or something.
polishing their floors or something.
And it sounded like we were in a space station. We spent an entire Inferno game making puns.
That was a hellish day. We couldn't even cast the game. We had to just cut the broadcast and say, you know what, watch this.
We did like 20 minutes of puns, then cut the broadcast.
It wasn't our best day. Definitely not. But Grim, this could be a day to remember for him if they keep this up. It will be a 4 versus 3. Cirque and Tarek very low. This is the full eco. And they will find an Orgalies. Daps will jump out of the window in a nimble fashion and look to find the next CT, but they don't have the faces at all. Run the clock down, make things uncomfortable, force the Ts to move.
38 seconds. The scope will be heard. Now Cirque with the Glock will quickly fall, and we are on to the next round. Breeze looking for his first frag. Space Station with a good start. After the reset, of course. The reset of NRG, and 3 in a row. 5 AK-47s for NRG. Some teams opt for this on Mirage, so it is doable. Now let's see how Space Station deal with these aggressors. Alrighty then. Ooh, we've got gimmicks.
Wow. If I died to this smoke, I would be raging.
We have got ourselves some gimmicks. Madame et Monsieur. Oh,
no.
Nice work to get out of there.
Odorous.
Odorous NSIC. Any idea what that could be?
A lot of people have that. I forget what it means.
Well, there's the one that says IW.
I will not lose.
I will not lose. That's what they've got, right?
Yes.
That's the one I know of. This must be another team of sorts. NSIC. If you know, send it on a postcard.
I just have musical notes. On the end on the scoreboard.
Do you really?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't remember. But it's, if you look at the scoreboard, it has musical notes on the end of my note.
That's cool.
Can you play any instruments? Probably not.
Probably not a good time to ask him to get into the final
down
commitment.
Breeze with the 2K.
We pay him money, Henry.
And we'll get the 4 versus 1 very quickly as this fast contact into the A bomb side has been quite successful. Odorous with the AWP couldn't get anything off the gimmicks. He's forced to fight. Not behind a smoke, and he is fully exposed. And Breeze will take him down. Great round from Breeze. 4 kills from him, and that just contact hit like pincer into the A bomb side seemed just very successful here. Oh, timing was great from NRG. Really good coordination coming into that. And now Space Station down to the Deeks.
Yeah, that's a quick turnaround of events. Space Station on the pistols to Setzer Kevlar. 3 players around the connector area. Fishing, looking for something, hoping, hopping. Nothing doing. Anti-eco territory for NRG. Let's see how they approach it. Mid can be a pain because you can see CTs are lining up for a crossfire. 2 players through the underpass. How will it work out? A ladder room could be a problem. Does Cirque get taken out? Yeah, free kill.
Nice.
You don't want to be loitering in the mid position on an anti-eco.
It's great timing. Oh dear. Oh no, it's happening, isn't it? Beautiful stuff from Grim. Finds good timing too. And now it's the desperation push in through the B apartments. It has to work, but in goes Snakes with the 5-7, or maybe not. But Davy's got the AK pickup from Cat, and he's able to take down the bomb. That will slow things down. Daps alone once again against 3 in a round that perhaps they should be winning. But at this point, he is heavily out of favor. What does he do, Henry?
He'll plant the bomb, and he'll try his utmost to do anything with this, which apparently, or evidently, is not very much at all, as it will be defused in Space Station. Oh, this actually, I can feel it happening. It's all coming together. The planets are aligning right now. It's all looking a bit strange. NRG looking a bit clumsy. And Space Station, remember, we don't have information on this team apart from 6 months ago of a different lineup. That's about it. We don't know what practice they've been doing. Davey is a smart guy. I'm sure he's put these guys together.
And we had Grim and Snakes and Odorous. They were all on the team as well before. I think even GMD, honestly. And Grim as well. I don't think the team is too different after Infinite left.
Well, we don't know who Odorous is. I don't know who GMD is.
I recall Odorous being on the team at some point when we last commentated them, but obviously he wasn't
Grim,
a starter.
Snakes, that's it. I remember Infinite, not the other 3. I don't recall Davey being in this particular lineup either. But I'm familiar with his play. It's an A execution though. NRG going back to the basics here, as we'll see if they can dismantle the defense. Good Molotovs, and he's going down for sure. That's GMD removed. 5 versus 4. A desperate buy for NRG with the MAC-10 to Khalil's, 2 of those. They have got full control of the site, but not for long. Odorous, nice shot to take down Tarek. Bomb's still not planted. The bomb's all the way in T-spawn. Oh! What is going on here? What are they up to?
Why is the bomb there? That seems to be looking for a potential flank or something, instead of making his way into the bomb site. I mean, this is like the worst kind of gamble if he's just going to run towards B. How are you going to win the round? You're alone with a MAC-10 versus multiple players. He's been heard now by Snakes, who's going to get a free shot with the AWP. So there are some strange decisions being taken by NRG.
I'm not sure this is the decision, to be honest. I think this is a straight-up mistake. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't quite understand what's been going on with that. I mean, the anti-eco run was weird because people have known for a long time you can't just like stand around for ages in mid, because the longer you're there, once your smokes have gone, then you can get peeked from 3/4 different places, and it's carnage. It's just a mess. I think anti-eco from an MSL team is a great example of how to deal with the mid position. So you thought they probably had that one in the bag, but I have no idea what happened. Why Daps was in T-spawn with the bomb looking towards the other side of T-spawn, but
I don't know how much practice this team's had. I know Tarek has only announced, what, in the last week? They've probably been playing a week before that.
But they've got 4 players who know how this team works.
Exactly, so there shouldn't be too much of an issue slotting in a very experienced veteran into the squad who knows the players as well. Either way, we won't dwell on that too much. Early days. Double orb setup. Snakes And Odorous waiting with those AWPs. And it's just Deagles here on a P250 for Daps. You got one flash, Breezy with the Deagle armor. Space Station, though, I was not expecting them to look this confident. Bit of a classic booster, you can edge towards the window, get a couple of players up. Cirque has got an absolutely unbelievable Deagle. Odorous, maybe his AWP's not bad either. There it is, that Deagle strikes, gives away the AWP, and all of a sudden, it's looking very good. GMD has to find at least 2 kills here. Not going to happen. Oof. All right, Tarek. Well, Deagles, PD50s, enough for a round victory, it seems.
This is a weird start to a game.
Strangest game we've casted all day.
Yeah.
And that's saying something.
Positions have been a bit weird. The CT position on A there was very strange. Yeah, I don't know what to make of it. Because sometimes we're at the end of the day too, so we're a bit tired. And we're trying to make sense of it all, Henry. And
yeah, maybe not in the best mindset to break this all down.
Exactly. It's a challenge that we're more than up for, though.
All right, you're right. I'm going to try my best.
The double ops are going to continue here for Space Station, as the default will feature NRG taking middle pretty quickly, not for too much effort as well. And that's largely due to the fact that we have 3 on A from Space Station playing deep positions. They have A ramp. And then playing one of the ops on tickets, looking towards connector. That's going to be interesting. Oh, he's gone off now. He's went to CT, now he's back on the box. Okay.
Cirque on the AWP and Odorous watching connector. Davey realizing the potential hole they have to plug towards the window. Bombs heading back towards T-spawn. Tarek through the underpass, confirming there's no CT presence towards the B apartments. They have 1 smoke remaining on the NRG side. That will be used towards winner. I don't think that has to be used just yet, but they'll drop it anyway. And Odorous misses out on the all-important shot. That's that cue to make their way forward.
Nice off angle there from GMD. Now Odorous has to make this shot. The peak, the flash is there. That is great stuff. Make it safe. Davey for backup. And they aren't looking at all towards CT. I'm not sure what Tarek was looking at there, but either way, Davey, 1 versus 3, still a huge amount of work to do.
Possible, but yes, unlikely. Now Plant's in the open here. If he gets that first kill, he could have denied the Plant as well. That could have been something quite special. Breezy was nowhere near it, so they will be thanking their lucky stars that he didn't make that frag, and NRG will presumably tie things up here. There's not really a buy available for Space Station. They will get $2,400 per player in the next round, which is enough for a buy, so should just be a full eco here. Nothing can be invested, really. It's a timeout? Sounds like it.
What is?
A lot of typing.
Why is Gamora?
Maybe a technical timeout?
Perhaps. Well, I mean, we've had to ask more than once if this is where NRG stabilize and normalcy resumes. It's very strange. We're in a low gravity situation. Anything could happen.
Back to the space buns.
Don't you were slipping some in vaguely at the beginning. Don't pretend you weren't.
I'm glad you noticed.
I definitely did.
Dan didn't see it. That's well.
Dan had a dead fly on his t-shirt. He didn't see that either.
A fly? Wasn't it a bee?
It was a bee, actually, James.
Isn't it a bee a fly?
No.
It's a fly. Okay, so it's not a bird, is it? What is it? An insect?
An insect, yeah.
All right, let's go with insect.
You did call it an animal multiple times. Should I think it's that? Shouldn't insect be the more appropriate term, James?
Look, guys, it's been a long day.
We
Let's
just established insects.
Indeed.
We just established that.
So let's call that
I tried to
a
establish
draw.
earlier.
It's a draw. You both win. And your prize is to cast this round in an effective manner.
Oh, well.
Anyone?
Guns have been fired. People
go.
are dead. Shallow graves in the mid position.
There it is.
Call the UN.
There it is. Some Bardov classics for you there. Spun some gold. And we got exactly what we were looking for.
The Zeus. Not quite the work of God.
There it is. Now he's back.
I just realized now why they call it Zeus.
Because it's lightning.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man. God of Thunder.
I never thought about these things. Really. I don't know how to buy it.
It's in the equipment menu.
B6 something.
Yeah.
I literally have no idea how you buy it.
Vitamin B6.
Why do people throw? I always get thrown Zeuses in spawn. So why are people buying Zeuses and throwing them?
No
Wait,
one's
you
ever
can't
thrown
throw
me
a Zeus.
Can.
I think you can.
Yeah.
Throw a Zeus.
I
You
just
can pick it
get
up off the
given them
floor.
in spawn all the time. It's like,
I don't
why?
think you can
Why
throw a
is
Zeus.
what is this?
I don't know.
Weird
It's not
generosity.
not a discipline of Counter-Strike I'm well versed in as Zeus's, but I believe you can drop them, yeah.
I did not realize that.
Because you can pick them up off dead corpses, so I assume you can drop it. But you can't, it's same in saying that, you can't drop grenades, so I don't know. James, you sure about this?
Yeah, because people buy them and give them to me in spawn and face it.
I just want to make sure you're sure. That's all I'm asking. That's it.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
5-5.
That was great, guys.
I don't even know what
Let's
happened in
keep
the
it up.
last round, but at least
keep
we
it up.
established what was going on with Zeus and stuff. Anyway, shall we?
Absolutely.
Keep the wheels on this machine.
Tarek going hard and heavy into that B-bomb side, trying to draw the attention, trying to see if he can get a pick, trying to get all the nades going out there. Odorous will come straight into middle there, just running out, and he'll be greeted by a party of 3. And Davey will now take another look into mids. This is a confusing situation, seemingly, for Space Station. After seeing Tarek's fast aggression, Breeze will go down. Oh, sorry, rather, Grim will go down to Breeze, and in comes the push through the B apartments. Davey operating from the pillar. Trace come in, but it's far superior here for NRG, and that was a very fast-moving round. Space Station, I think that fast peek into middle from Odorous, I think that's where things really started to snowball out of control, though. I wonder if that was because maybe they just thought from Tarek's push that, hey, they're going for a B rush.
Well,
I'm not sure.
Either way, NRG looking a lot more comfortable now. Space Station stifled somewhat. A lack of oxygen. We'll see if they can recover the situation. Sorry, that was unintentional.
The helmet visor is not broken yet, though.
Exactly.
There's still time to salvage the situation.
Maybe a tactical timeout, contact mission control. And now, a mission to hunt for intel.
Oh dear, Daps.
Is there life on Mirage?
Perhaps there is. Perhaps there is, because okay, they have a bomb situation. What is going on?
Why is that bomb in T-spawn every bloody round? Can someone pick it up and stop leaving it in the grasp of the CTs?
So I think they were just making sure that they weren't being flanked through A, as well as from the other side of T-spawn. Meanwhile, Tarek's on the B bomb site while the bomb is in T-spawn, and
Nice.
So I guess he's cleared B ahead of the time, but he probably could do with coming to help his teammates. He's making his way back now. And in the meantime, GMD starting to push the ramp. This is absolute madness. Snakes needs some help from his teammate in apartments, who's going to have to run and reveal his position and get there quicker sooner rather than later. The smoke, he's just going to run away behind the smoke, and Snakes is fishing for something, but Tarek, the new man on the team, will clean up the madness. He will stop the rot and all the nonsense going on. Keep his team in orbits.
You guys are shameless. Come on, man.
He wants to see the sun just one more time.
You're really doubling down on this. Really committing.
It's got out of control.
Really leaning in on you.
What round are we in? 13. AWPs are out on either side. Double AWP for Odorous and Snakes. As we head towards the B side, a quick approach from NRG. Looking to capitalize upon the advantages they've been given here. 5 rounds in a row. Maximum loss bonus on the CT side. We'll see 5 sets of Kevlar, but no helmets. And
Who needs helmets?
we
Oh,
know
nice shot.
what that means.
It's a nice shot.
Grim sent to the troposphere.
I don't even know what that means.
See if NRG can send anybody into the exosphere.
Dan?
Is that next to the stratosphere?
What?
The stratosphere.
I don't know what your question is. A stratosphere
No, I said,
is...
is that next to the stratosphere? Those things you were
okay.
saying.
I'll get back to you. I'll have to check.
Wow. You should know this.
I'll
Well,
give you some definitions shortly. Troposphere
Into-
and exosphere.
into the Palace position, Ethan goes. They need to finish off the round. Circling back, they've collected the bomb. You'll be happy to realize, Henry, and they're circling back for an attack onto the A bomb site. Space Station just set up this triangle in middle currently, and they've completely abandoned the A bomb site.
They
Completely.
have. and Tarek is going to punish that fact. Finds one towards middle. He safely gets away as well, and he's got all the attention in that position. His teammates flooding the bomb site as they will plant in an open position. Daps looks like he's managed to get everything back on track here. GMD, not really much can be done with this. He'll go towards Palace, but as soon as he gets one kill, I think that will be on Ethan. The jig is up.
Ethan will go down, but as you say, there's not really that much that they can build off of that one. And the question really becomes, you know, why did they feel like, you know, with 4 players alive, that they would have that set up there in mid for, until like 25 seconds is left? Because at that time of the round, that's when you start pulling to bombs. Well, in fact, normally teams start pulling to the bomb sites like latest around like 45 seconds, because then you kind of want to be set up. And especially if you've not seen anything in middle as well.
The troposphere is the lowest layer of the Earth's atmosphere, where all the weather is. We exist in a troposphere, people.
Well, if you consider like the Earth is like a flat plane, right? So how would that work in terms of the grand picture of things? Would it sit on top of it or like around it?
On top of it.
Okay.
If you're a flat earther, Henry, then just above it for
okay,
a few,
I mean, yeah, okay.
Almost 4 kilometers.
That just needs to understand what you meant. But
the
that makes
exosphere is a thin atmosphere-like volume surrounding a planet or natural satellite where molecules are gravitationally bound to blah blah blah, so on and so forth. The exosphere is above the thermosphere, which is above the mesosphere, which is above the stratosphere, which is above the troposphere. There you go.
Well, that makes sense now. As GMD can't make sense of anything, the Deagle headshot's not connecting. Bomb planted in NRG. This is what we expected. No disrespect to Spacestation, we don't know much about them. They've done a very decent job of getting into this game. It looks like NRG have settled after losing the second round of force by to that B rush. I mean, they rushed B on the second round.
Perhaps the black hole is upon us.
Yes, it could be, and Spacestation are quickly being sucked into it. Not really much left.
It seems like NRG are getting quite a lot of value from some of the defaults, and also Spacestation. I think we can see some of the inexperience in some of the ways that they've been reading the rounds with regards to the CT setups. That said, you know, they still have 5 rounds on the board. There's still a chance for them to pick up another one, especially if Snake survives this AWP. Oh my god, looks away. That's so interesting. Breeze was not even looking towards him. However, another AWP will be purchased by Odorous, and they'll have a full buy for the last round of the first half, which is good to see. And they have a chance at 6 rounds, and you know, we don't know what to expect from their T side just yet. So despite, you know, NRG having a slow start, it's there's still lots of work for them to achieve here. So we'll see what the approach is. Spacestation have put lots of emphasis around middle.
Yeah, and they're gonna have to finish on a big bang here as well. They want to have a solid half. That is a serious comment. I didn't even mean that to be what it was. So.
You said that the first time.
It was fantastic. This is an unusual setup in the connector position.
That's on peak spot. You're going to shoot your teammate and pin their heads. Okay.
Look, guys.
Amazing.
We've got one more series to get through here. Let's not ruin it now.
All right, that's rich coming from you, Henry.
Let's keep the way milky.
Oh no.
That might have been crossing a line. Whatever the line was, let's call it that. We have to crowbar them in. Let's call it that's the line.
All right, well, late mid-take coming in from NRG. Spacestation with 3 players in connector, 1 player in the ladder room. They are playing the most unconventional setups, I have to say. I'm really curious what this is going to look like, because NRG are going, at least they're offering up a late mids take, but they're not really committing into it. Now they're going towards B apartments, which is genius, because they're sort of allowing Spacestation to actually stay in the mid area, and now they're attacking to B, where there's just 1 player jumping past the angle. AWP shot missed. Davies going to turn around from catwalk. There's the duel. The trades will be won, and they have the B bomb site. A flurry of kills as Spacestation struggle to get into position to defend this. And once again, it seems to have backfired somewhat for them. But still a chance for Odorous.
A small one. It's the final round. There's no saving here. He's got the information, but Cirque too quick on the trigger finger there. They get so many rounds at the end. 8 in a row to close it out. Spacestation, remember, were 5-2 up in this one. It looked like they had everything going in their favor. They were out-reading them, out-clutching them, breaking the money down, but it all goes horribly wrong. And this, unfortunately, is about the scoreline I expected. 10-5 at half. NRG, certainly the stronger team pound for pound. Spacestation seem to have some handy players, but not quite at this level just yet. But it's a best of 3. We'll see how it develops. That's just my initial thoughts. As we get into the second half, very quickly indeed. I don't think the players are even ready for it. We're right into the action as Davey gets ready with the smoke. He'll be setting this one up, just working out where to deploy it. And he'll send it into orbit momentarily. There it is.
Space debris on the way to the A-bomb site. And it's a man-made comet. Space Station with 5 players running out of the A ramp position, moving through the smokes, looking like they're going to try to take the jungle position, but the bomb has to get planted soon. It will be. Cirque with a teammate joining him in the window. Patient taps from him. The 1 kill so far, but Breeze has taken Grim down as well. So it's a 5-on-2 retake for NRG.
It's pretty good here because this attack wrapping back through connector. Just, yeah, too many numbers there behind that one. Davey is not going to make it in time.
We'll give it its best effort, but yes, the bomb defused before he even arrives on the scene of the crime. And he'll just have to save his PT-50. He had no armor, but still might as well save whatever he can. Bomb was planted. Choice now to buy here. We saw Liquid with that approach before. You can get a couple of AKs and some Galils. Or you take the EK and get the AKs in the third. It looks like they've taken that choice as we head into round 17. The Eagles, PT-50s, Odorous with the Glock. Might want to get the AWP next round. As they'll head for a flash attack towards the A site. 1 flash, 3 in the Palace. Try and get the bomb down. But that's in this sort of position, pretty much a no-go. I don't see it happening.
A burst being attempted. Distraction being run by GMD. Doesn't really pull too many players. They act fast, they die fast. 12-5. Continues. Collection of a P250. Raised armor penetration. Why not?
Was that a North spray?
I missed it. Maybe
I believe it was.
It was a North spray, yeah.
Maybe he's a fan.
What's that salary? That North salary. There it is.
MP9s. Orgs. And some nice movement towards the short area. Cirque gets himself in a prime position for potentially a couple of kills. Flashbangs coming in, he avoids those nicely. Fires some shots, really outstaying as well. Commits Breeze, he'll get the first kill. Nice follow-up grenade, that'll do some damage. Ooh. 40 towards Davey. So there you have it. You can see him just stewing in the damage there. Not happy about it. Molotov towards the window. Thinks better of it. 12-5. It's the third round bye from Space Station. So far, not so good.
Should be quite a favorable duel for Breeze. Actually, Space Station used that same setup on the CT side as well, but instead of Breeze having an AUG, he would have an AWP if they were copying it exactly. So it is quite a strong one if you have control of Palace and Ram from the deep positions and fall back off. But the one thing that's a problem is that you do give up jungle, obviously, that's the sacrifice. Ooh, they're going to make their way straight across there. Beelining it to try to cut off Breeze, but exposing themselves to the players on ramp, and it's not worked out at all. NRG, 13 rounds to Space Station's 5, and now things start to get pretty difficult because you'd imagine NRG should pick up the 14th here.
Yeah, no bomb plants in the last 2. Breeze without frag looked way too comfortable. No pressure, no Molotovs, and certainly no flashbangs as you'll get the double lineup to close out the round. Deagle, couple of sets of armor make it 3, and it's up to Cirque now, who looks like he wants to close this game out early. Remember, this was a 5-2 game in Space Station's favor, and it looks like it'll finish 16-5 to me. We'll see. What the start they were looking for. BMD lost. Same story for Davey. Who's next on the chopping block?
On a table, bad behavior. But it will yield a frag. Breeze scoped in. Slow strafe, but comfortable with the kills. Odorous making some steps. No dancing to be done for him. 14-5. NRG continue the dominance now. That is a long string of rounds he's put together. Those spikes look pretty damn sharp. NRG 2 rounds away from victory. Space Station back on the bye. Odorous with the AWP. 4 AK-47s in tow on the team. Good utility for Space Station.
Yeah, it's about all they've got going in their favor right now. This is a hole they need to dig themselves out of. And we'll see if it can be done. Nothing but a perfect game will do. Odorous does indeed have the AWP, but 8 and 17. Oh, the stats. Grim, a player expecting a lot of. He had a lot of frags in the early opening sectors. He's on 6 and 16. He had, what, 5 of those frags in the first few rounds? Completely dropped off. Only 2 players have broken double digits on the Space Station side, and we're in round number 20. They are waiting for CT aggression here.
Yeah.
They could be waiting a while.
I think it's a good approach from NRG just to just sit on your bomb sites and look and just wait.
They'll play themselves at this point.
Exactly. I think that's a good approach. If you think you're up against the worst team or you don't respect their fundamentals as much, just don't leave any leaks yourself and just punish them when they make mistakes. Against a team like Astralis or a team of that level, you have to force mistakes from them.
Suck. I thought he was ready for that second kill. Nice shot from Snakes. 25 seconds though, and the bomb's coming out of the palace area. Flashbang comes through, doesn't do a whole lot for his team, and you can see Daps, if he gets one of these kills, hopefully the bomb plant, he can deny the whole thing. There's the kill. Bomb goes down. He's still alive and kicking for another, but 10 seconds remain. No one has the bomb right now. Is there any chance it's being planted? I would say absolutely not. Let the time run down, kill him after it, but they're just ready to take it now, it seems. 15-5. 5-2 down, 15-5 to close it. Maximum loss bonus, but I don't think that really has much impact going forward now. 10 rounds in a row doesn't seem realistic.
Space Station getting stretched out on the torture rack. But it may all be over soon.
That's a classic Bardov. I remember you saying that way back in the day when we first started in London.
What, torture rack?
Yeah.
It's Lex Luger.
I remember when I first casted you in London, like 2014, you said that line. It really stuck with me. So there you go.
Odorous with a Mach 10 on Mirage versus a full buy. Less than ideal situation. Not many opportunities for him to really close the distance. Top mid of a Mach 10. Hoping for a push. Wishing for a push. Needing a push. Tarek patiently waiting. There is the jump. Scope is heard. He'll fall back. Does he hold a gap? What does Space Station do? They've got flashes, they've got smoke grenades, and the odd Molotov. So he'll try to force Tarek from his position. He'll go forward rather than backwards and take a new angle. Will he stand his ground? It seems he will for the time being. And this is still wasting what little utility Space Station have.
They're trying to bait out this shot, but it's really not working out for them.
I guess he baited it out, Henry.
The Snake has been charmed. Tarek will take him. And it's now a 5 versus 4. They'll just have to go for it. At this point, it's like, guys, let's just go for B. See what happens. There's no other options. There's literally nothing else on the map for us. We have no intel. We're being backstabbed. We now have 30 seconds. Let's give it a go. And off they march.
Into the doom they go. That's a B bomb side defense getting chewed up. GMD. They say down Cirque, but there's no time, surely. There's defense there around the bomb as well. 16-5. Space Station, they started off pretty well. They gave us definitely a lot of hope that they could have some kind of a result going into this one, but they just, moving into that CT side, they were just struggling to, I think it felt like they took a lot of big gambles with their setups and they didn't read the map quite correctly, and I think they put themselves in bad spots.
Yeah, a successful launch, but certainly run out the old rocket fuel towards the end there, and we'll see a 16-5 scoreline come through. It was actually looking like quite a promising game. The fact they were up 5-2, we thought, yes, there's a chance here. NRG looking pretty weak. It's not coming together. They're clumsy when they left the bomb and spawn about 3 or 4 different times and being punished for it. All of a sudden, everyone comes online, and it's an absolute massacre here on Mirage. It is a convincing scoreline, about what we expected. And unfortunately, I can't really take that much away from Space Station's performance because they only performed in the first 6 rounds or so. Then everyone else didn't frag from there. Well done to NRG. Fantastic performance. Ethan, Breezy, those are just 2-star players you want to see at the very top. I guess Tarek a bit more so now, such a big name, sort of pedigree coming into the squad. It does beg the question though, who becomes the star of the team overall? I would, for my money, I would actually put Ethan above Tarek in skill potentially. I feel like on his day, he's unreal in terms of how good he is. So maybe not so much experience or understanding the game, but in mechanical skill, Ethan is #1 in this squad. Don't know if you guys agree?
He's a solid player, yeah. He has been under the radar for a while, but he started to get more noticed in the last year or so. We'll see how it continues now. Tarek's on the team.
Cirque's level can be ridiculous as well.
It's just difficult to compare the two in a very different roles, right? So I'm just looking at riflers for now. But yeah, Cirque is unreal. Orpa as well. Very good team, and hopefully we'll get boosted with Tarek's kind of appearance, I suppose, and hopefully we'll see whether they can really realize their true form, because we know they were so close to being a world-class team last year. They broke the top 5 a couple of times, but then they'd have these great peaks and then very solid lows as well. So we'll see what happens there. Second map, I believe, is Dust 2. So that's going to be an exciting adventure, maybe the last map of the day from what we've seen so far. And we'll take it to a break and be right back with the second map.